Grand opening, grand closing, y'all. Just like that. LaRussell just got a masterclass in how ruthless the internet can be. Listen to this. You cannot beat the internet. I don't care what your status is, how loud you argue, or how many explanations you post. If you say something crazy, there's no PR spin strong enough to rescue you. And over the past few days, LaRussell has been getting absolutely grilled for the take he decided to share about Lil Wayne.
I had a moment in my journey where I had grew a disdain for Wayne just because I started listening to everything. Like, I started maturing as a human, and I'm like, damn, this nigga wasn't talking about nothing for a long time. And
I think that's what his argument was.
You know, like, as someone who like grew up in these communities,
right,
and grew up with homies who I seen want to be bloods because they following Wayne and want to be gangster and want to shoot all the gun bar and shit.
Right.
Like, I've seen the negative that he contributed to the community, and I had to look like, man, what are the songs where he really talked about something and gave? And out of a 1,000-song catalog,
everybody came out of nowhere like, bro, you wild for saying that about a legend. Yes, Lil Wayne has a few records that aren't for everybody, but let's not act like his catalog doesn't also include some real substance and timeless cuts. And honestly, you can say that about any artist breathing, including the man who just signed you, Jay-Z. That's why a lot of people were side-eyeing the timing. You ain't could deal with Rock Nation, and then the very next day you're throwing shots at Wayne? Hold up. But instead of reading the room, Lar acted like it was some coordinated media hit piece against him. So for the last few days, he's been in full combat mode, firing back at literally anybody who questioned him. One person even tweeted, "I don't expect LaRussell to like Lil Wayne," and added a slick little insult at the end. Lar jumped on his page, posted the dude's picture, and basically tried to clown how he looked. Girl, that's when you know it's getting personal. And out of all the voices that weighed in on this whole LaRussell versus Wayne situation, and trust me, it's been a lot, I've got to say, Mickey might have broken it down the best.
Yo, let me explain something to you, LaRussell. Respectfully, I think you're a very talented artist. I think what you're doing for independent artists is something that we've never really seen before since Nipsey, and even since the blog era, and even going further back to your Bay Area hero, Too Short. See, the issue with what you're saying is Lil Wayne, regardless of how you feel from a maturing standpoint, and it's your opinion, is still a legend. He still done did things and wanted to just have fun. So a lot of his stuff that people are referencing is from the freestyles, him just flexing his pen. He has records that literally talk about substance. But at the end of the day, Weezy's gonna do what Weezy's gonna do, the same way Too Short is gonna do what Too Short's. Where is the substance in Too Short's music? And I love Too Short. You understand what I'm saying? Every album is not gonna just be filled with substance unless you're listening to a Mos Def or a Common. You know what I'm saying? Or even like a Nas. Nas is gonna have substance, but there are artists that we love that are not gonna have substance all the time. It's entertainment, bruh. You can be entertained by the lyrics, you can be entertained by the song, you can be entertained by the beat, you can be entertained by the hook, the brashness of it. We are not one monolith. And to also think that his music damaged the community, I don't know. I really don't know. People were influenced by him, sure, to be artists. But come on, man. Like, what are we doing here, bruh? He put two of the best artists on in the 2010s, bruh. This is Lil Wayne. I feel like if you want to talk about something, now you're talking about substance, all your records gotta have substance now. Now you gotta have substance because you put that on a legend.
Well, plot twist. This morning, LaRussell officially waved the white flag. After days of going back and forth, he finally seemed to understand why folks were coming at him over what he said about Lil Wayne, and he issued an apology. Listen to this. He realized it wasn't just about having an opinion, it was about how you speak on a legend who helped shape the culture. And here's exactly what he had to say.
I've been thinking about this Wayne stuff. Some niggas been hitting me like, ignore it, fly over it, don't even talk about it. But that's not like who I am or how I am. When I got an issue, I'd rather over communicate on how I feel and how it make me feel. I don't even like want the energy of niggas debating Wayne's legacy to be around me. This is really a war of perspectives. I meant no malice. Like, nigga, I love Lil Wayne. I would never diss that nigga legacy. Like, that nigga mean too much to me, right? But that's me living in me. Like, I know when I said it, I meant that. But perspective is key, because how it's received don't always be how you sent it. If you offend a nigga, you have no jurisdiction or right to be like, well, I didn't mean that, so you can't be offended. The punch landed on me and I'm offended, you know, and I respect that and I empathize for that, because if I was on the other end, I could see how one could take it as such. I don't even want niggas taking my side. My personal opinion of my experience wasn't to be taken as the world's experience, but that's a flaw in me, because I could have used better words to explain what I was trying to say. The ego in me is always like, nigga, I'm not gonna apologize for some shit I went wrong. Nigga, I went wrong, you feel me? But the human in me that's growing is like, nigga, it don't matter if you feel like you was wrong. Someone was offended by your actions, and that's what warrants an apology. So Wayne, if this reached your life in any way, I truly apologize, because that's not my intention at all, nigga. I love you, and I honor what you do in your legacy. If it didn't reach you, thank God, because this some bullshit. These niggas on social media on some bullshit. And you know what's crazy? I ain't no sellout. I ain't in the Illuminati. I still live in my community. I just came from my mama crib. If anything, I'm a nigga you should celebrate and champion. I made it from my backyard as myself with integrity. I take care of my children, you feel me? I'm doing nothing but outputting good into the world where I could. I'm not a nigga you gotta call out his name. You ain't gotta talk about my beard. You ain't gotta say I can't rap. Nigga, none of that even necessary, nigga. But I get it. Niggas like, nigga, what you said wasn't necessary. And I empathize on that. I get all the uproar, but like, I truly meant no malice. Wayne, come to the backyard. Or you could be like, nigga, fuck you, nigga, after all that. And I accept that too. I accept both of those. But nigga, I love you. And we would love to have you in the backyard with a choir and a band and do something special. All my legends mean something to me. And I would love that. But I also understand it was like, nigga, fuck you too. I get both. I feel it. But real nigga out. We done. White flag, nigga. This shit. I don't want niggas online debating. But what could be cool though is a nigga seeing the influx of streams in his catalog. And I think that's a beautiful thing that niggas rallied around like, nah, nigga, we ain't disrespecting Wayne. Because I fucking agree. I wouldn't be the rapper I am today without him. So I don't even mind being on the other end of this if the result is niggas realizing how special Wayne was and what he contributed to this shit. And some niggas gonna see this video and be like, nah, nigga, fuck you, stand on what you saying. It's like, all right, helmet, you know, and it's all good. I have nothing but love. I don't have no malice in my heart. Like, I hate that this moment even made me like feel like it activated my ego where I felt like I had to defend myself through my skill. And it's like, I never want my life to be me versus Wayne, me versus none of that. You know, I really didn't think I was this impactful, honestly. Like, it's crazy because this whole time, niggas been telling me like, nigga, fuck you, you ain't shit, you ain't nothing, you don't even deserve to talk about him. But if I didn't matter, it wouldn't matter. And for y'all niggas who was saying that old sick ass hating shit too, nigga, if I'm unqualified to critique Wayne, you are definitely unqualified to critique me. You niggas have not done nothing close to what I've done in my career in life. Let's leave it there.
Now, I've got to give credit where it's due. Props to LaRussell for actually owning up to it and not doubling or tripling down on the situation. That's a move. But that leads me to the bigger question. What's next for him? You just signed to Roc Nation, and now you've kind of painted yourself as the substance guy. So do you go full J. Cole mode on every track? That's honestly not your style. So what type of music are you actually dropping next? Right now, Lars got more momentum than ever. The buzz is unreal and media eyes are glued to him. But here's the reality. Jay-Z probably isn't handing you a feature anytime soon. If I were him, I'd be thinking strategically. How do you flip this whole Lil Wayne situation into a win? My take? Try to get Wayne on a record. That's how you turn a negative into a positive. If Law really respects Wayne like he says he does, showing love that way could completely shift how fans see him. Because at the moment, a lot of older heads are looking at him as snobby, disrespectful, and kind of ignorant toward legends. So now, we just sit back and watch. Drop in the comments, what do you think of LaRussell's apology to Wayne? Do you believe it's genuine? And more importantly, how hyped would you be for a LaRussell x Lil Wayne collab? Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned because this story is far from over. I'll see you guys next time.